Welcome. In this lecture, we would understand evaluation. Now, evaluation is an important, essential part of any setup, be it a school, university, any government agency, any other organization. Now, this evaluation actually gives us a reference as to what is being done is in correct direction or not, when to start, what are the important criteria to understand, and how to proceed. So this when, what, and how query gets addressed when you are working on evaluation. In this lecture, we would understand various types of evaluation, and these different types have their own uniqueness, their shortages, and their benefits that we would understand as we move forward. So the first criteria of evaluation is either based on the focus, or I can say the purpose of evaluation. And based on the purpose, we can say evaluation can be formative or summative. Formative actually means during the process of implementation, and summative means towards the end of implementation, right? Then besides this, we would understand, so each of those we would understand as we proceed forward. So a quick overview right now. Then we would understand the evaluation during the time it is implemented, the effectiveness, that is the outcome after the implementation, the impact of the evaluation, the economic analysis, which is also known as the cost benefit analysis, the performance evaluation, and the differences between each of those. Now, whenever we do evaluate, what is the basic idea? We need to have a clear objective or a clear specification of an objective. Also, we need to understand the impact of the project that we want to take. Now, I take a very simple example to help this understand. Let's say I want to introduce audio visual aids for studying or for learning in the school. Now, what I want to evaluate is whether with help of these audio visual aids, the students retain better. If yes, but by what count? And then there can be various ways. Either during the lecture, I stop, I pause the video, I ask them certain question, or I let them watch the complete audio video tutorial, and towards the end I ask certain questions. So that could be one way. Now this is pertaining to teaching or research. I can take another example. For example, there is a population policy, right? A population policy has come into acceptance, and as per this population policy, what is the key idea? As per this population policy, the key idea is to understand or bring in certain methods for curbing the population, for example, right? So let's say family planning approach could be one of those. And how this is being implemented by the government, I try to do the evaluations. Now again, these evaluations could be of various ways, as we have discussed. The most important thing is, whenever we are doing an evaluation, what are the prerequisites? As I said, there has to be a clear specific objective, the impact of that project. Let's say if I am introducing audio visual aids, impact of it. If I am bringing in certain policy recommendation, the norms that should be brought in. And then finally, the techniques that I would select. Now these are the prerequisites. What are the criteria? Under criteria, I focus on 5 points. The first one is effort. How much effort is being brought to implement that? The performance, adequacy, efficiency, and process. Again, we'll come on to this towards the end of the lecture, once we have a better picture on the types of evaluation and their detailed understanding. And then there is a difference between evaluation and appraisal. Evaluation is a system where I actually have a full thing that is given, and after that I analyze it. So it is more focused or targeted towards bringing in new elements, new suggestions, new ideas into account. However, appraisal is simply I am contemplating whether it has an economic viability, technological viability, a social impact or not. So appraisal is more or less understanding or giving the formulation a better picture for its implementation guidelines, right? So there is a difference between evaluation and appraisal. Also, there is a difference between monitoring and evaluation. I take a simple example. A small baby is there at home. What would mother do? The mother would continuously monitor. Oh, don't go that side, you will fall. Oh, don't play with this might be hazardous. So that is what is monitoring. It is more or less continuous in nature, and it is required for immediate correction. Let's say a child picks up a needle and the small child can hurt themselves, right? So it requires an immediate correction. So that there is where monitoring is done. And it is more of a correcting or a rectifying behavior, that you guide the child, these things are pointed, sharp, can injure you, don't play with them, right? However, what is evaluation? Evaluation is one shot. You go to a school, you have an exam and you are evaluated, right? So that is mainly for understanding whether you will pass this grade, move on to a next class or not, and it is one time. There can be evaluations which can be in breaks, right? For example, it could not be a year-round evaluation that just you have a final year exam. It could be first unit test, second unit test, third unit test, fourth unit test, and then a final exam, right? So that would be called as a formative evaluation. The last method which I said, that a year-round exam, that would be called as a summative evaluation. But that is for future planning. It is not done by your family members, it's by an outside agency, right? And it is an in-depth analysis for learning and diagnostic whether you are well fit for the process or not. This same evaluation also occurs in government policy making as well. So when government brings in a policy, it evaluates whether the policy was a success or policy was a failure, and how you can better bring in the changes in the policy, what could be the rules or the changes or the things that could be brought. So usually when we talk about evaluation, we have 5 major criteria under which we understand it. The first is evaluation by focus, under which we understand formative and summative evaluation. This is also known as evaluation by purpose, right? As we already said. The next is evaluation by agency. Now this could be an independent agency, or it could be an international agency. It can be a different type of agency as well, right? The next is evaluation by stage. At what stage? At the early initial stage, at the start of the project, at the completion of the project, or during the project. So what is the stage? The next is longitudinal evaluation. That means across various time. So if let's say we evaluate a child in school, that's a longitudinal evaluation. You evaluate in class 3, class 4, class 5, class 6, class 7, and then college and so on, right? So that's a longitudinal evaluation. The next is a evaluation which is an ongoing evaluation. Now understand, when I'm saying ongoing evaluation, it is not monitoring. There is a difference. This ongoing evaluation is also what is known as concurrent. It goes together. That means you are given a task, right? And you are evaluated immediately after the task. A feedback is given, you incorporate it, you understand it, that is being examined by the project manager, and then you are assigned the next task. You are given feedback on the next task, improvements on the next task, it is being evaluated, and then you are given the next task. If you do it nicely, you get a difficult task. If you don't do it nicely, you probably don't get that difficult task. So that's an ongoing evaluation. Now this is not monitoring. Your supervisor is not constantly moving with you. Oh no, write it like this. Oh no, write it like this. No, that's not the case, right? So it's very important to understand that there is a difference between an ongoing evaluation and an monitoring. Monitoring is different. Ongoing evaluations are different. Ongoing evaluations are also called as concurrent evaluations. And then when we talk about concurrent evaluation, we must also understand terminal evaluation. That means towards the end, right? So we would understand that as we proceed further in this lecture. The next is the stages. At the very beginning, the